What's good, Arkansas? I'm Ken Stop LA with StackBMX.com social media and YouTube channel. Today we're going to do how to tighten up your handlebars slash your stem. So yeah, in this video we're going to teach you how to adjust your bars, different positions, and then how to actually adjust the stem cap. So if you're watching this on one of our other social medias and you want to enter a YouTube contest to win a free Stranger Parts package and a free bicycle, all you got to do is head over to youtube.com/stackbmx and subscribe to this channel, like this video, turn on your notification bells, and then comment below. But hang tight, because later on in this video we're going to tell you everything that you need to know to enter this contest and how to better your chances of actually winning. So yeah, let's get to it. My name is Ken Stop LA. I'm the owner of Stack BMX, and I'm going to show you some tricks and tips of how to adjust your bars and where you should position your bars and how to actually tighten it down so that your bars don't slip, and some of the causes and effects of why your bars are slipping and moving on you. So yeah, let's get to it. Let's talk about how to resolve all these problems. So I think the first thing we need to talk about is mainly bar position. You definitely don't want your bars like this. I know that's pretty close to Dan Crux style, but I mean, that fool's getting way out of control, doing way crazy stuff, and the bars being this far forward is definitely a no-go. Okay, so let's I'm gonna kind of tighten these up. I don't know how tight I'm gonna tighten them because I know it's kind of hard to move the bars, so bear with me. All right, so let's start with Dan Crux style and the good old Chicago style handlebars. So I'm gonna put this on the end or sideways so you guys can check it out, and then we'll go to the front and show you a little bit more about it. So this is probably a little bit more dramatic, but I think it's kind of funny. So yeah, let's start off with like the Dan Crux style. Maybe in video this kind of looks a little bit too far forward. I think he actually runs them a little bit farther back, maybe somewhere right there. But traditionally, people that ran bars this far forward was mainly for vert ramps, stuff like that. I don't know where the actual name of Chicago style came from, but if anybody else knows, maybe shoot us a comment below, let us know where it derived from, and maybe it cleared some of that up. But might have been from people jacking bikes in Chicago, and they just rode them like that because they thought they were cool. But this way, a lot of people are kind of riding the bars a little bit more forward, and to be honest with you, it's BMX freestyle. Run the bars how you like, but traditionally these are kind of like the rules and stuff like that we kind of abide by, or kind of helped us ride bikes and do certain tricks. So when vert ramp riders used to ride their bars like this and stuff like that, main reason I believe that they rode them like this was first thing was the frames were a lot shorter back in the day, so having a little bit more room actually freed up a lot of space for them to actually do tricks and stuff like that, from like turn downs, look backs, just different things like that. Secondary thing too, from riding vert ramps and stuff like that, and no, I'm not the greatest rider or anything like that. I've probably only aired out like I would say 5 or 6 feet out of a 15 foot vert ramp. I'm not the total experienced rider, but I could tell you this, that riding a vert ramp is completely different than riding like a mini or anything like that. You really got to lean over the handlebars in the front of your bike. So I believe having the bars this far forward actually helped them to position their body weight a little bit farther over the actual front wheel or the axle, and allowed them to drop in. And if they actually cased on the coping or anything like that, it allowed them to suck it up and roll away and not actually hurt themselves, i.e. going over the bars and landing completely flat. So I think that's a big reason why people run these. A lot of people riding these in street and stuff like that, I believe, for mainly being able to pull the bike a little bit closer to you and changing the whole position of the bike. You see a lot of these guys like Dan Crux doing pegs, hard 360s, a lot of spinning tricks, stuff like that. Even like toothpicks and stuff like that, I could see it helping out extremely well for a lot of those tricks. Now let's kind of go to the, I would say, advanced rider slash I'm the pro expert, I know what the hell I'm talking about guy. The next one is running your handlebars perfectly straight with your fork. And yes, I know there's in between, and that's kind of preference as well. But running your handlebars perfectly straight with the fork is a traditional way that we've been doing it lately, new school. Even 20 years ago when I was riding, really tough, we still ran them that way. Mainly just to position them straight with the forks, so when the axis of the bars get turned or you do tail whips, it's always the same. It's always, the same pitch as your head tube angle. It just helps with overall riding. I've ridden, vert, dirt, park, street, and it just seems to work really well on all around style of riding. So a lot of trail riders, a lot of those type of dudes that ride street prefer having them straight with their forks. But like I said, you can run them up forward a little bit, forward all the way to Chicago style if you like. It's all preference. So the next one is I don't know. I like to call it the Butler style. It's probably called something else, more of the roller coaster style, stuff like that. I noticed, Sean Butler used to ride his handlebars like this back in the day, and I always wondered why he ran his bars like this. And as a noob, I really didn't understand it, and I was like, hey, why does he ride his bars like that? And I noticed he was one of the first guys doing bar spins. I know, dudes like, Moeller was doing bar spins back in the day, but I think this really helps with certain bike style riding. His was more of like a trail style dude. He's kind of, on the lower height of men and stuff like that, so he wasn't as tall as most people. So most of the bikes back then, they started dabbling with longer frames, so having the bars pitched back a little bit definitely helped him out with that. But I think the main reason would help a lot of these riders out with this style is actually moving the handlebars back to the center of your forks. What that would do is actually, tighten up the distance or the circle of the bars actually spinning, and actually would help you throw handlebars even faster. So a couple of my friends would run their bars a little back, and it would extremely help them with throwing bar spins faster. I don't know if they were just better than me or what, but it just seemed like bar spins came a little bit easier. So if you're trying to do stuff like that, I think having your bars pitched back a little bit would help you out significantly on that style of trick. So if you prefer to do that roller coaster style, straight with the fork, or the Chicago style, do what you please. It's freestyle. Don't let anybody tell you any different. It might draw a little bit more attention and make people notice you. So yeah, that's it for the styles of handlebars. Next, I'm going to show you how to actually tighten this stem and what I suggest. So I've showed this in a couple of the complete bike videos, but not as detailed because literally we show the side profile of a bicycle. So the whole idea is to you mainly want to tighten up all these bolts the same amount. So with the cap here, I'm trying to see if I can show you. I'm gonna pitch it up just a little bit. So I'm gonna show you that so you can see the gap. See, notice how the gap is a little bit bigger right here and a little bit tighter over here. I'm not gonna worry too much about that, but if you're a beginner and don't know how to compensate for that, you might want to try to get it a little bit closer. So I noticed one of these bolts is loose, so is this one, so is this one. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually move the bars into the position I want. On these bars, the customer actually asked if he could have the bars straight with the fork, so we're gonna go with that. I'm gonna tighten it up straight with the fork, and then since the back was tight or gapped a little bit more, I'm gonna tighten up the rear of the cap. Let's see. Bear with me. I'm gonna kind of mess around with it. Okay, so I give it a little bump just to kind of straighten the bar. Shoot, see, I noticed that the bar isn't centered in the actual stem, so I'm gonna loosen this up again. And, yeah, I'm gonna have to rock it over. So make sure the handlebar is in the middle of the stem. You don't want it to be kind of crooked. Pull it back just a little bit. Okay, once I got it back, next thing I want to do is double check, triple check, whatever you got to do. Notice how both of these gaps are really similar to the same height. So, really similar. So next what I want to do is I'm going to pitch it down again. So the bolts are pretty close. So what I want to do is I just want to not necessarily snug down these bolts that are loose, but I just want to bottom out on the cap. Real light pressure, just get the bolts even. And okay, so they're even. Notice how I did this one, then this one cross. You kind of want to do that, go to the front and then cross again. You kind of want to stay in the cross pattern. So I'm just going to go through all of them, make sure they're all pretty much bottomed out. Starting from the back, what I want to do, since that one was the gap the most, I'm going to kind of give it a little turn and then go back to the front, cross all the way over, do that one, and do it about the same amount. This one right here, if you got an impatient buddy, don't let him touch your bike. He's going to tend to want to tighten up one bolt consistently and just get that one tight and then move to the next one, make it tight, make it tight, make it tight. That's not the way to do it. He's going to jack a lot of stuff up. The big problem is that this cap gets crooked and the bolt actually rubs on the side of the cap, and that's what causes the actual bolt to be super tight, and it's not actually clamping on your handlebars. So that's a big no-no. So cross pattern, going to do that one there. Then I'm going to run it back to the beginning and tighten it up again. So super tight on that one. A little bit tighter on the front one. Crossed it again. Went over to the front plate again. Tighten that one up. Ran it to the back again. Now I want to look, make sure the cap's even. The cap's pretty even, but I noticed the front of the cap is a little bit gapped more than the other one. So I'm going to go back to here, tighten this one, and tighten this front one to kind of pinch it down. And yeah, tighten it down. You shouldn't have to use a crescent wrench or a box end wrench to actually put on an Allen wrench or hex head tool and tighten these things down with massive torque. The reason why you don't do that is because these things are pretty much a vise, and when you start doing that, you pretty much clamp this tube into an oval. And when, let's just say you clamped it super tight and you were He-Man styled it, and you pinch this oval and you don't like that bar position, when you move your bars and you try to clamp in a different position, when you clamp it down super tight again, all it's going to do is you're going to land off one time and then it's going to slip back right into that oval position and be back where you don't like it. So definitely a no-no. If you do like to crank stuff down tight, make sure the bars are exactly where you like them. Maybe ride them a little bit loose, try it out for a little while, see if you like it, and then clamp them down super tight. I noticed a lot of people do have problems with them slipping and stuff like that. Number one reason why I see a lot of these handlebars slipping, even on the basic stems, is because you do not have a chromoly handlebar. If you got a high tensile steel, a stock handlebar, and your bars are moving, it means you're going too big and you're thrashing too hard and you're just outriding the actual handlebars. So what you're doing is actually you're tightening this thing down, it's ovalizing it. That material is just way too soft for how big you're going, and you're gonna have to get a new set of handlebars. Definitely one with chromoly, so that the tube doesn't pinch and it just stays round and it actually grips your stem. The way that you could tell that happens is pull your cap off. You can see the handlebar squished. You can see some bulges in it. You can see the tube is not round anymore, it's kind of an oval. And another thing is you can see maybe the clamp is actually clamping almost or sometimes all the way to the actual stem and it's completely pinched. That definitely means that you're riding a stock handlebar and you definitely need to upgrade. Another thing is that a lot of the stock bars, they have very just inexpensive knurling. They don't really grip. They got some X's on there and it looks like that, has a line, but it just doesn't really grip. So I think that's the number one thing. The other thing is that the cap is on crooked. You're tightening it up and it's actually rubbing on the side of the cap and not actually pinching it down. The other thing I noticed is that you have an old OfferUp or Craigslist stem, and you bought it for $5 or traded him for one of your old, video games, and it's just a piece of junk, and you're trying to put it on a good set of handlebars, and all the material inside of that cap is worn out, and you're just clamping the hell out of these bolts, and it's just never gonna stay tight. Man up, purchase a brand new stem. Make sure that you're starting off fresh and you know exactly what this thing's been through, so that you know that it clamps it right. Yeah, those are a couple of problems. If there's any other problems that you guys see that you need help with, just shoot me back a comment. Let me know below, and I'll be happy to help you out. But yeah, that's pretty much how to tighten up this stem. Make it super tight, and clamp your actual handlebars, and the different styles of handlebars and how you should run them. So I hope this helped you out. This video is for beginners to experts and pros. Kind of give you a little bit of insight of in handlebar position and how to tighten up your actual stem cap. Definitely hope this helped you guys out. Yeah, thanks for watching this. If you want to, if you're hanging tight to enter our contest on YouTube, and you're on one of our social medias, head over to youtube.com/stackedbmx and subscribe to this channel, like this video, turn on your notification bells, and then leave us a comment below letting us know what you like about this video, what you don't like about this video, other how-tos, any other products you want us to feature on here, and then that'll enter you into the contest to win a free Stranger Parts package with a pair of tires, a pair of grips, and a seat. All you got to do is do that, and then at 5,000, that's at 2,500 subscribers, so we're picking a winner any day now. At 5,000 subscribers, we're giving away a free bicycle retailed at $289.95. All you got to do is do those same things to enter that, and at 5,000 subscribers, we're going to pick a winner. If you want to better your chances of winning, all you got to do is head over to some of our older videos and make sure you comment on there, so that we can pick a winner. We're randomly picking out of all our videos and picking a comment on there, so that's how you win. So the more comments and the multiple different videos you have will help you out win this contest. So yeah, that's it. If you want to check us out on social media, head over to Stack BMX Shop on Instagram or Can't Stop LA to check us out. If you prefer Facebook, head over to facebook.com/stackedbmx. Once again, thank you very much for watching this video. We hope to help you figure out how to set up your handlebars and tighten down your stem. Peace out. We'll see you tomorrow.